No, I did not buy a plane to remind you about the coupon code expiring tonight for the programs on Building Your Wealth, or a ride with Kevin to shadow him as he travels on his plane for real estate. Hey everyone, me Kevin here. I wanted to reveal to you the 6 big reasons that I actually bought a plane. It is a jet. It was very expensive. And it seems kind of crazy. Why would I do something like that, especially at the beginning of a recession? It seems like I've lost my marbles and simply desire to live a luxurious lifestyle of jetting around cigars and jets. And sure enough, that lifestyle will just get old, and I'll end up selling the plane within a year because, well, you know, jetting around, you know, you don't really need to do that for YouTube, and I'll stop making a massive payment on a very expensive plane, even if I take an L on it. At least that's what haters like to say. In this video, I'm actually going to reveal to you the real 6 reasons that I bought a plane, and I'm going to be as transparent as possible about each of these. So the first and biggest reason is taxes. Now, I don't actually think this is a really good idea on its own, because if you buy a big item that you can fully depreciate by the end of the year, you're going to end up saddled with the payments forever. So here's how this works. I bought a $12.85 million jet with fees that worked out to about 13. Comparable sales were about 13.25 for the sale of this plane. The airplane market is a little expensive right now because there is a 2-year wait for any kind of new planes. So current plane values are a little inflated. I do think that creates a little bit of downside risk, but the plane appraised and I have no plans of selling the plane anytime soon. Now, there are some risks with taking a big tax write-off. Again, I have to make the payment on this, but on about 13 mil of an acquisition, I'm going to be able to save $5.14 million in federal taxes, taking off roughly 40% here to make the math simple, and another about $400,000 in California taxes. That's going to leave me heavier by about $5.5 million in cash that I do not have to pay to the A, the A, and the S. Now, since I put about $3.2 million down on the plane, it leaves me with roughly $2.3 million more of money that I could use for dumping into Tesla stock and basically lighting on fire. Now, that is the tax burden. That is pretty well solved by purchasing a plane. The problem is, if you ever sell a plane, you're going to suffer from what's known as depreciation recapture, which means if I were to sell the plane next year or in 2 years or in 3 years for $10 million, then I would have to pay recapture gains on that, assume it'd be an income tax of about 50%. So if I sold the plane for 10 mil, and let's say my loan was 8, I'd get $2 million in cash out of it, right? But now I'd have to pay 5 in taxes, so I'd be net negative 3. That would suck. So depreciation recapture definitely sucks. And this is why usually once you get into the plane world, you end up getting stuck in the plane world. Or you take the big L, which sucks. So it's kind of like a Venus flytrap. It sucks to be in it, and it sucks to get out of it. So once you're in, you've really signed yourself up for a career of working for a plane. And you'd have to be pretty loony to sign up for that, unless of course you had some other rationale for doing that. And therein comes reason number 2. So I obviously have 2 very big businesses, at least to me, they're very critical to me. One is a media business and one is HouseHack. Now, a media business involves me filming and making YouTube content or short content or whatever kind of content I can make on social media, trying to provide as much value as possible about either news or financial education from a media point of view. This is all under the Meet Kevin DBA. And then I have HouseHack, which is a real estate startup. Now, the thing is, I was kind of going into launching HouseHack with the idea that I would just make fewer videos for my media business and be able to dedicate more time traveling for HouseHack. But then I realized, wait a second, we get more people who invest in HouseHack when I make more videos. So the media business is kind of like a good funnel for HouseHack. Not only do more people invest, but we also get better access to deals because real estate agents are hitting us up because they see the YouTube videos. People send me deals all the time. They're like, hey, is HouseHack ready to buy? Here's a deal for you, right? And that kind of means these businesses go hand in hand. And then there's also the huge opportunity cost if I take time away from the media business to grow House Hack, which I'm going to go all in on because, I have investors. I feel like I need to do the absolute best I can for them. Then I'm kind of suffering an opportunity cost on the media business because I'm not growing that as well as I could, right? And I feel like I owe it to myself and to my audience to keep providing as much freaking value as possible on the media business, while at the same time being able to travel for House Hack. The problem is, if I'm not home every single day, then my routine breaks because you're checking into a hotel, you're unpacking your clothes, you're ironing it all the time. Like, I know that sounds nominal, but your routine gets screwed. You're in different time zones. When you wake up, you don't have your studio to walk in. You're going to put out less content if you're sitting in a hotel somewhere. So this made me realize if I could be back home every single day, I could travel for House Hack and do my media business all in and be back same day. So schedule-wise, how that would work is I would make videos from about 4 p.m. to about 11 a.m., including our course member live stream. Remember, there's a coupon code expiring tonight. Today's the 27th. It's the holidays coupon code. You get lifetime access to those. And then from 11, I could go hop over to the airport, hop on a plane at 11:15. I could fly up to 2 hours away. I mean, I could fly up to 4 hours away if I wanted to, but probably the average will be about 90 minutes to 2 hours away, up to some flights will be 45 minutes, some will be an hour, some will be 2 hours, whatever. The thing goes like 530 miles an hour. It's awesome. So I could efficiently fly somewhere, 2 hours, let's say, then it's 2:15. Hop in an Uber, go look at real estate for 3 hours, it's 5:15. Go, check out the local restaurants or, I don't know, some local entertainment to see what the areas are like. Get used to being part of the community. You have to be part of the community during different times of the day. Very, very important, so you understand. Why are people here? Why do people work here? Why aren't people leaving? If you're talking to every single employee in a town and they're like, I can't wait to GTF out of this town, that's a red flag, right? Quick little sample. So then you hop on a plane, 2-hour flight. Okay, so you hop on a flight at, say, 7 o'clock. You're back home, landed at 9. You're back home at 9:15. And then you go hang out with Lauren and you go to bed. You do that 2 or 3 times a week. The other nights you spend with family, or maybe you take family with you, right? That's an option too. So then the next morning I can wake up at 4 again and make content. So now all of a sudden I got that tax reason. And the tax reason was really, really useful this year because next year I'm gonna move into a C corporation, which means my taxation will actually go down. So we're going from S Corp to C Corp, which means I have higher taxes this year potentially, lower taxes next year, makes this year more opportune to take a big amount of bonus depreciation a la via a plane. Then I have no opportunity cost for my media business and House Hack. If anything, I could actually double down and vlog my trips to different areas. Now I can provide value to not only House Hack investors, but to you on YouTube so you can see what I'm doing, and be back the next morning to still grow the media business while attracting real estate agents, investors, and deals. It's freaking awesome, okay? Now, I have to really believe in those two businesses, otherwise it would be stupid. I would have to believe that I could actually turn House Hack into $1 billion company in the future. No guarantees, obviously, that's just my personal goal. I have to believe that my media business can continue to sustain producing content and providing value to people. If people don't like my value, then that's dumb. Then I could just go all in on House Hack, quit the media business, or don't do House Hack and go all in on media. But I wanna do both, because that's who I am. And I actually really believe in both of those businesses. Now, I have to be really clear. This is a bet on myself. I don't think that it's really a bet on House Hack because it's really difficult to go bankrupt buying single family fixer-uppers, wedge deals below market value. That's hard because the product is not an uncertain product. You buy a really good deal below market value when the market gets closer to bottom, and you rent it out after you fix it up. It's really simple. It's not like you're selling a new widget and you're not sure if somebody's gonna buy it. So I think it's, House Hack is very, very low risk, in my opinion. No guarantees, obviously. I think it's a very strong long-term play on a company that in the future I hope beats the likes of BlackRock and Invitation Homes. I have huge ambitions for HouseHack. I'm really excited about HouseHack. And we've also got our Reg A launching next year, probably like March or so. And that allows non-accredited investors to invest, which it will be pretty cool. We just finished our audit, and the SEC is going to be reviewing that. And of course, we'll be publishing our audit and everything. So that's really cool. The media business is a gamble, though, right? Because, look, I mean, you could get canceled. I mean, I personally think that if I was going to get canceled, it was probably going to happen in 2022 because, I made mistakes. People thought I was a flip-flopper when I sold my stocks. That ended up being the right move, but then I got so guilted, I bought back in early and I made a mistake on my rebuy. My sell was perfect, I think. I think my sell was great, my real estate selling was great, but my rebuy wasn't that great, right? Then I made some other personal mistakes, I don't really want to get into it all. But, this has been a tough year. So, I hope that it's up from here. But who knows? What if people are like, we just don't want to watch finance YouTube anymore. We just don't want Kevin's breakdowns on fundamental analysis or news commentary or political commentary. Well, then I'm screwed, So I am making a really big bet on myself, and it does increase the stress level because for me, I'm like, damn, I need to make sure every video I create, people are like, that's good value. I couldn't have gotten that somewhere else. That's what I have to tell myself. And then I have to perform to that level of expectation because if the media business goes away, I'm screwed. I can't. HouseHack ain't gonna pay for the whole plane. HouseHack ain't even paying a dime for the plane right now. Maybe in the future there'll be like nominal reimbursements for specific things for HouseHack, but that would be reasonable. Obviously, they're going to be reasonable travel expenses for HouseHack, but I signed on the debt for this loan. So did Lauren. This is Kevin and Lauren. We're on the hook for this plane. So HouseHack gets the free benefit of the plane, basically, at this point, with no risk. Kevin's taking all the risk. So that means 100% of the risk of the plane is on the media business. 0% of the risk is on HouseHack, but probably 50% of the benefit is on HouseHack. That's amazing for HouseHack investors. That's scary for me because all the pressure's on me. But again, I'm making that bet on myself. I don't want to be here and tell people oh yeah, sink yourself to your eyeballs in debt and you'll motivate yourself. You'll be fine. Just go at it. Go hustle. I'm a big fan of hustling, but I have to be real. I'm making a bet on myself. That's what I'm doing. I'm making an investment into the future of these two businesses, making sure I'm not losing any possible opportunities for HouseHack or the media business. It's that simple. And it's a bet on those two. So now you combine the tax situation, having more cash, plus the fact that my tax situation should be better in the future going to C Corp. Yes, that has double taxation implications, but we talk about how to deal with that in the Elite Hustlers course. Some really great lectures in there for taxation, business structures, and that. So then obviously opportunity cost for media and HouseHack. Reason number 3, I want to be home with family every single night. So that way, every single night, ideally, if I can get back home at 6 o'clock or 7 or 8, whatever, or I just don't travel certain days, I'm always home with family every single night. That's the goal. Reason number 4, I think that being home for family is a big one. Reason number 4, 5, and 6, these are minor reasons. So I would say probably 20 to 30% of the reason is taxes. Let's go with 20%, right? Because if I was only operating a media business, it wouldn't make sense to buy a plane. I wouldn't need a plane. That'd be stupid. So 20% of the reason taxes, that's convenient. I'd say 70% of the reason is the opportunity cost for the media business and HouseHack. I'd say 7% of the reason is home with family. So that's 20 plus 70, that puts me at 90, plus 7, that puts me at 97%. And then the next 3 are all going to be 1% each. So obviously, number 4, a side perk is if I ever wanted to take a trip with family, I could do that much quicker and more efficiently, which does benefit the media business again, because I can, be back to make content more quickly. That's a 1% reason. I think that'll happen more rarely because I don't go on that many family trips. At least relative to the situation we're in, we could be going on a lot more trips, but I don't. I work a lot. Perk number 5, which is also a 1% reason, is I do think there's some benefit to maybe employee retention. I think it's cool for employees. I think employees are going to learn a lot more, a lot faster with me in person. This is why also we are selling the opportunity for you to shadow me for a day, where, we'll meet at a local airport, we'll go fly to a real estate destination and get to talk to me on the plane, my team on the plane, we'll all get to talk together, about entrepreneurship and business and real estate investing. It's really just an opportunity for you to shadow me. You could use the link down below to learn more about that. But reason number 5 is that employee perk. And reason number 6, this one I think is a plus and minus. So again, I'll give it a 1% reason here, but this one has minus factors to it. I think there's some potential marketing for it with the plane, but I have to be careful because some people think planes are pretentious and unnecessary. So that could be a minus, right? So it could be like plus 1%, minus 1%, so kind of a wash. I do think that the way I plan to utilize it by making sort of reality style vlogs with HouseHack when we go hunting for real estate will be very beneficial to HouseHack and the media business. So it'll be a win-win-win. But, and then in the future, I think people will see like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Kevin knows what he's doing. He's not as much of a knucklehead as we thought he was. This is actually a really good strategy. I think I have to prove that now, right? Like it's easy to say that, but now I have to prove it. So I'm signing myself up for a journey, and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and, enjoy the journey with me. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Tell me if I'm crazy. It's okay. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Goodbye and good luck.